I have seen this lady on so many clips with that tonight's conversation thing that goes around YouTube. Sometimes she is on point, and sometimes she is like so heretical. It's kind of crazy. And then sometimes she's just that show is crazy. It's supposed to I think it's supposed to be a bunch of Christians on that panel. Yeah, no, it doesn't come off that way 90% of the time. And it's just like, what the heck are you guys doing? Like, I guess they really blew up. They've been doing it for a long time. They finally blew up. And it's like, I don't know, man. All right, let's see what she has to say though.
I'm talking to my women today, especially my young women, because the kitty I know now is not the kitty that I used to be. I used to be dumb, stupid, slow, dunce. Okay, not too much on yourself, kitty. It doesn't matter what it is that you do. The more you hold on to that man, the more you hurt yourself. You so consumed with that man that you can't even see that he's your struggle. And if you can't see that he's your struggle, that means that you can't listen to the people who are trying to warn you that he's your struggle. You show up and you show up, you do more and more just to prove your worth to this man, just for him to love you. You sacrifice a bit of yourself each time that you are trying to prove to this man that you are worthy of his love. You crying and begging, asking yourself why, questioning your worth, because your worth has now become dependent on how much attention and time this man gives you. And the time and attention that he
Sounds
gives
like
you is
projection.
limited to maybe some back and forth text, maybe some sex. And when this man gets his fix, he dips. You think that man don't know what it is that he's doing? A man who's played the game for so long, he knows when he has a woman's worth in his hand. He is playing you like a puppet, baby. And you acting crazy.
Whoa. Like I said, I think this is projection. Secondly, a woman's worth. People like to talk about a woman's worth, a woman's worth, a woman's worth. Like, what worth are we talking about? What's the worth here? What is the worth? You are the very display of your worth. Meaning that if you rob a bank, you are a bank robber. You are a criminal. Is that your worth? Yeah, technically, right? You're worth someone who robs a bank. I guess you're worth jail time as well. If I came across a girl who is constantly sleeping with a man who obviously wants nothing to do with her, making food for him, wanting to hang out with him, demanding relationship or asking for a relationship, hanging around 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, dating, maybe not dating, maybe just hooking up, that is your worth. You're actually worth what you're doing because you're doing it. I have never seen a car and thought that car is worth the price of an airplane. That actually doesn't logically follow. We display our worth. And I have to insert this here. Like, that makeup is absolutely clownish. I'm just looking at her like, dog, what is this? What do you actually look like, bruh? You have feathers for eyelids. The color of your face doesn't match the rest of your body. And your eyebrows are literally Picasso's painting. Not that it looks as good as it, but I'm just saying it's just, you're not a real person. This is not you. You're not a real person. So you're on here talking about you used to be this, you used to be that. Are you still that person? You just have a little bit more knowledge about it because you've been through it maybe? I digress. I hate that. I hate that so much. Let me tell you so much wisdom and where you are and how you can get unstuck. And I'm stuck in something else. Like, take the makeup off your face. Like, if you want to talk woman to woman, be a genuine woman. Appear as you are. Maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe people like presenting themselves as something that they're not so that someone else is going to accept them. Because her fear might be, if I look my normal face, if I don't have anything on my face, I will not look as good. Maybe that's the same picture you're describing of the woman. If I present myself as this person who can do it all for him, who can do this and that, and I'm going to bring his peace, and I'm going to still have sex with him, and I'm going to do that, maybe he'll accept me for who I am. No, he's going to accept you for what he thinks you're bringing, and you're not it. That's the problem though, is men can fumble, women can also fumble. But are you actually the woman that she's explaining, would the guy actually be fumbling if he didn't get married to her? I don't think so, because a woman who can think that the value that she's able to provide a relationship is to continuously go back to trash behavior, man, that's not a woman who's worth it to be in a healthy relationship. Right now, she's not worth a healthy relationship. The problem is, a lot of people go through dating. She looks like she's in her 30s. They go through dating and all of this stuff, and people think dating is the way that you meet your partner. No, dating is the way that you stack trauma. Dating is the way that you put yourself in vulnerable positions. Dating is the way that you learn habits that don't benefit you. Dating is the way that you appear to your future husband, wife, spouse that you naturally wouldn't have if you didn't go through the dating process. Dating is the way you get so many heartbreaks. Dating is the way that you end up finding the opposite gender, the opposite sex to have problems. Dating is not the way. Aligning values are. So if you're out here dating, having sex with people, trying to figure blah, 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 trying to do all of this dating stuff, you're literally setting yourself up to be on a worse foot for your future partner. That's just what you're doing, because no one pours into you as much as your husband or your wife will pour into you. Dating is short term. So this girl that she's describing is actually not ready for a better relationship. Of course, if the person is horrible, leave them. But there's no, oh girl, know your worth. What worth, bruh? What worth? You mean her potential? But I thought women shouldn't date men based on a man's potential. Completely agree. And so what are we talking about here? I think she should have put it, you can learn better dating habits. You can learn how to determine and see value off rip. You can learn to move in a way that when a person shows you who they are, you believe them right away. You can move in that way. Not that know your worth. No, we all learn and understand different things. No one is worth $1 million. But if you work your butt off to make $1 million, that's how people see you now. I hope I'm making sense, because she's not really I hate that girl talk, man. That girl talk bothers me so much, because all it does is it does not hold women accountable to what they actually are. Exhibit A. We think she looks a certain way, but she actually doesn't. You're just projecting.
It won't make him love you better. You want this man to love and respect you when you don't love and respect yourself. You showing him he don't have to give you nothing, because you'll give yourself scraps so he can give you scraps. That's some desperate How do you have a fear of losing people when you are dealing with someone who is purposely inconsistent with you? The only consistency that he shows is being inconsistent with you. This man is showing you that he'll leave as he pleases, and there is nothing that you can do to make him stay. This does not mean that you are not good enough. You're just not good enough for him, and that is okay. He does not want you on a deeper level, and that is okay. This man may not be ready. He may have commitment issues.
But I have a problem with this, because if I were ever to be in a relationship, someone were to treat me a certain kind of way, and I'm like, why you're not about to sit here, yell at me, hit me, curse at me, lie, mental abuse, all of this stuff. You're not about to do that. I'm out. Peace. It takes a certain kind of person to stay in that relationship, meaning she's exactly who she needs to be with, meaning that guy who's treating her badly, that is who she can be with at this time, because that is who she is. It takes change. The nuance here is she is talking about the girl in this relationship as though the girl is already someone great and the guy isn't recognizing that and he's mistreating her. But I don't think that's the case. I think the girl is exactly who the guy is treating that way. Because the example I gave, if you treat me a certain kind of way, I'm out, because I have higher values than that. But if I don't have higher values than that, then I will stay. So no, the girl talk, in my opinion, is absolutely trash, because you're validating a behavior that is not there. The only way you encourage a child to stop yelling and doing all of that stuff is through discipline. Certain kinds of discipline work and certain kinds of discipline don't work, but it's through discipline. You don't have a child running around yelling, screaming, whining, and say, you are worth so much more than this. I know you're that child that can not scream and yell. Okay, how do we get there? Work, discipline. We change their habits. But right now, you're not that child. That value of that child who doesn't run around screaming, yelling, and all of that stuff, that's not in you. We have to put that in you. You have to become a different person. That's the nuance here. The woman that she's talking about, she's not all this valuable thing. No, she has to become it. And she's talking about this woman as though she already is, and that guy isn't worth her time. No, they're both worth each other's time. She just has to become someone different if she's tired of who she is to that guy right now.
He still may be in his player phase. He may have other options, or simply he may just not want you. And that is okay. No one's going to take you serious until you start taking yourself serious. And you chasing unavailable people tells everybody else that you take yourself as a joke. You chasing out of fear, and that is not okay. Whatever dream and vision you have created, obviously is not the same vision that this man has. You all don't share the same vision. Get out of dreamland. He is not going to wake up one day and say, hello, world. I decided to be with this desperate woman who doesn't love herself. It sounds harsh, but it's the truth. Take that man off that pedestal. What Cole say? My ego gets stroked, then I bruise him. I learned a long time ago from my uncles, from the OGs, that a man will commit when he is ready. Stop chasing that man. Hey, you're going to end up putting yourself in a position you don't want to be in, where this man finds a woman and he falls in love with her, he commits to her, and then you turn up to end up being the bitter ex-fling or the bitter baby mama. That label don't even sound right. Leave that man alone. Brought to you by a woman that used to be a dummy. No, but seriously, leave that man alone, girl. Go get you some Starbucks.
Stop. Oh my gosh. I would want to say she's a little bit insufferable, but I haven't had a conversation with her, so I wouldn't know. But this whole girl talk narrative, it's not conducive. It doesn't actually help anyone. It just makes people think there's something that they're not. And then they get into an actually healthy relationship and they're like, oh crap, I still have unresolved trauma. I still have unresolved tendencies, habits that I'm bringing in from my past relationship. That's the problem. That's what happens when people talk like this. It's not that you take yourself as a joke, it's that you actually have no value system that allows you to identify trash behavior from not trash behavior, because you yourself exhibit trash behavior. The way she's talking, it sounds as though when a woman gets in a relationship with a man and the man is abusive to some level, the woman stays out of the benevolence of womanness. No, a lot of the times, it's people won't admit it readily, but a lot of the times, if the man is abusive, the woman is also abusive to a certain level. I feel bad for the women that aren't abusive but stay because they feel trapped. That's one thing, but a lot of the times that's what I see. When a guy acts crazy, the girl acts just as crazy. Dang, dare I say, sometimes the girls act more crazy than the guys, because with girls it's a mental game. It's obviously not physical. When she's saying all of this stuff, I'm just thinking about the women who are hearing this and are saying to themselves, who are in bad situations right now, yeah, man, I need me a better man. I deserve more than this. No, you don't. Go become, and then that thing will naturally come to you. If I'm hungry for steak, I'm not going to end up in my pantry and accidentally pull out a donut and be like, steak. No, I'm not. I'm going to find steak because that's what I'm looking for. And so if you have the mindset of a donut, I like donuts. I like the bad boy. I like a boy with a man with tattoos. I like him to talk a certain way. I like him to have a certain type of swag. I like him to talk to be able to have that over confidence, be able to walk in the room and be able to command the room. Like, bro, what are you talking about? That's what you're looking for. You're going to get it and you're going to see what it comes with. But if you're looking for a man who wants to lead quietly, who wants to lead in peace, who doesn't want all the crazy rah-rah stuff, who doesn't want to deal with, hey, you stepping up to me, dog, you stepping up to my lady, hey, don't look at my lady, who doesn't want any of that, that's peaceful. You're going to be looking for that. And the man who's overly confident and commands the room, he's not going to be attractive to you. But you're with the guy who's treating you a certain kind of way because that's the guy that you're looking for. You're not worth more than that. That's exactly what you're looking for. You have to become a different person. You're not a different person right now. You have to become a different person. That's why I have a problem with this kind of narrative. It's so bad. It takes all accountability away from the women. I know she had a couple harsh truths for them, but overall the message is just not, it's too fluffy. It's way too fluffy. I get she's a public figure. She's trying to do the right thing and not make these women feel too bad, or else they might not listen to her and stuff. That might be the case. I don't know, but this wasn't it, man. Fumble. Hey, subscribe, like the video, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.